these big corporations, Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo, the three big corporations, are struggling financially. Xbox. Xbox did the biggest acquisition in history, the Activision acquisition. This was the biggest, most longest period when it came to this acquisition I have ever seen. And it was big. It took like a year or two just to get this acquisition done. And they were saying that if Xbox does this, they will become a monopoly when it comes to the gaming industry. They made the acquisition, then they lost a whole bunch of money, and Microsoft was trying to make that money back. Now Xbox is at the mercy of Microsoft, just trying to recoup any money that they can. Sony. They lost so much money. They spent a whole bunch of money on Concord, the most in gaming history. And the game shut down in 2 weeks, and no one was interested. They didn't make a cent out of it. And then there was the debacle, which was the Nintendo, which was the PlayStation 5 Pro. And oh boy, this was the most expensive console you have ever seen on the market. It did not go well. People are not buying the console. And also the disk drive was separate, the stand was separate. It was really bad. So Sony is now in financial trouble. And then we get to Nintendo. A lawsuit that they're trying to pursue with Palworld. And if they lose, they could be in financial trouble. Nintendo is going to be struggling, just like Xbox and Sony. Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo are struggling financially. And it's hard for these companies to maintain their corporations. Obviously, these three corporations are in financial trouble. And whether you're an Xbox fan, a Sony fan, or a Nintendo fan, we are all worried that Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo will get shut down one day. And it's their fault that they got themselves into this mess. It is these three corporations' fault that they are ruined financially. And they dug themselves into the biggest hole in the world, which is basically the biggest gaming industry in the world. These three companies ruined themselves financially. And it's and Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo, it's your fault that you guys got yourselves into this mess. Instead of wanting to give the players what they want, all you can think about is the money. And that is probably the worst decision you have ever made in gaming history. Obviously, these are dark times for the gaming industry. It is for all of us. Not only us as the fans, but also the big corporations too. We all want the same goal, gaming to thrive again. But we can't thrive if these big corporations keep on thinking about money instead of passion and creativity. And these corporations are definitely learning a big lesson from this. You cannot be greedy all the time. You need to have that passion and creativity. We don't know what the future holds for gaming, but I hope and pray that these companies will stick around so that we can love gaming again.